A very good morning to all the students. This is Veena teacher. Let us recapitulate what we saw in previous module. In the previous module, we saw kinds of transpiration, that is stomatal, cuticular and lenticular transpiration, and also we saw an experiment which proved that in the dicot leaf there is unequal distribution of stomata between the dorsal side and ventral side. Now in today's class we are going to start with the factors that affect the transpiration. The first factor here is light. Transpiration increases in bright light, that is, the stomata open wider to allow more carbon dioxide into the leaf for photosynthesis. More water is therefore able to evaporate. So, in the presence of sunlight, higher is the light intensity, greater is the transpiration. Second is temperature. Transpiration is faster in higher temperatures because evaporation and diffusion are faster at higher temperatures. The third parameter is wind. Transpiration is faster in the windy conditions. Why this happens? Because water vapor is removed quickly by air movement, speeding up diffusion of more water vapor out of leaf. The next is humidity. Transpiration is slower in humid conditions. Diffusion of water vapor out of the leaf slows down if the leaf is already surrounded by moist air. Now one more factor that we need to discuss is carbon dioxide. Increase in the CO2 level in the outside air over normal 0.03 causes stomatal closure and results in a decrease in the transpiration. Next is atmospheric pressure. The rate of transpiration increases with a decrease in the atmospheric pressure. Thus, it enhances the diffusion of water vapor. Next, let us see to the adaptations that are seen in plants to reduce the transpiration. Now here the first adaptation that we are seeing here is the sunken stomata that is present in the plant Nerium. So here you can see in the normal plants the stomata is present here on the epidermal surface of the leaf. But here in the case of this particular plant Nerium, the stomata is way inside the leaf, sunken stomata. So this sunken stomata reduces the rate of transpiration. So this is one of the adaptations that are seen in plant. Now the second adaptation is fewer stomata. That is, the number of stomata in the plant is lesser. Next is narrow leaves. This example is once again Nerium. The leaves may become narrower to reduce the surface area. Reduced exposed surface. In some cases, leaf may get wavy, rolled or folded to reduce the exposed surface. Loss of leaves. In some cases, leaves may be dropped or may be absent or changed into spines as seen in cactus. Next is thick cuticle. Leaves may be covered with thick cuticle, example banyan tree and evergreen trees. This also is an adaptation that reduces transpiration to a very great extent. Now quickly let us see the importance of transpiration. Transpiration is very important for the plants. It creates negative pressure gradient that helps to draw water and minerals to the plant from the roots. It helps to keep plant cool in hot weathers, a method of evaporating cooling. Supports photosynthesis and encourages the exchange of gases, that is helping maintaining the levels of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the atmosphere. So all these three are very important factors that are useful for the plant due to transpiration. Next, let us move on to guttation. In the previous chapter also we have seen guttation. Let me just quickly speak a few words about guttation. Guttation is the loss of water from the margins of the leaf in the, here you can see the droplets of the water. So the loss of water in the form of water droplets in the margins of the leaf. And when does this happen? This happens in the early daytime. Now this guttation happens because of increased root pressure, and this happens because of the specialized cells called hydrothodes. So here in the margin of the leaf there is special cell called hydrothodes. Through the hydrothodes the loss of water in the form of water droplets takes place. So here the difference between the guttation and transpiration is very important. Transpiration is the loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant which takes place through stomata, whereas guttation is the loss of water in the form of water vapor that takes place through the specialized cells called hydrothodes. Next, one more thing that happens to the plant is bleeding. This happens only due to injury. The plant sap escapes from the ruptured or cut surface of the plant. and the root pressure that is generated will force the sap to come outside the injured part. So here you can see there is some mechanical injury, and because of the injury some exudate, some sap is coming out. So this particular kind of thing is called bleeding, and this also happens because of root pressure. Now here this particular slide will give you the difference between the transpiration and guttation. So when we talk about the transpiration, here the transpiration is the loss of water from the aerial parts of the plant, and guttation, it happens in the form of water droplets from the margins of the leaves. Water vapor is lost through stomata, lenticels, cuticle, whereas water vapor, it is lost through the ends of the veins. Occurs in the presence of sunlight, means in the daytime, whereas it occurs at night or early in the morning. It cools the plant body, and it does not cause any kind of a cooling to the plant body. Here only pure water changes to vapor. Here water loss contains mineral salts in the solution. So this difference between the transpiration and guttation is very important. So let us summarize very quickly what we have seen in today's module. In today's class we have seen the factors affecting transpiration, adaptations to transpiration, significance of transpiration, we saw guttation and bleeding as well. This ends the chapter. In the next class, I am going to start with the new chapter. All of you, stay home, stay safe. God bless you all.